Good afternoon, boys and girls. We're still looking at the location factors, and today we're going to be looking at the potential markets as well as raw materials. So, when we talk about potential markets, we're looking and saying that those customers, it's about those customers who you're trying to sell your products or services to. So, it really is an advantage to be as close as possible to your target market and potential market that you could have. So the demand for the product or service creates this potential market. A business in the tertiary sector must try to locate close to its target market. A business in the secondary sector should be in an industrial area close to its suppliers. The business must assess the current demand for the product and predict the future demand. Businesses must look at the characteristics of consumers, such as their age, their gender, their culture, and their income. The location of your customers and potential customers will influence your future growth in the marketplace. The location of a potential market will affect how you're going to strategize your marketing campaign and also your costs. Now moving on to raw materials. It's very important when you're looking at the need for your raw materials about how expensive it is going to be, what your transport costs are going to be to get those raw materials to you. It's also important to understand the size of the raw materials. Are you going to need abnormal load trucks transporting the raw materials to you? Or is it going to be small little parcels that can be couriered and can be done overnight very easily? And lastly, how long does it last? So in other words, does a product need to be kept fresh and in a refrigerator while you are transporting it to you? So any raw material that needs to stay fresh, the transport costs are going to be a lot higher because you need to keep it fresh while transporting it. So that in a nutshell is really potential markets, the people you are going to be selling to, how close do you want to be to them, and is there demand for your product in that area, as well as how close, what is the proximity that you want to be to your raw materials. So an example here is a factory that is all the way out in the Midlands, which is about 200 kilometers away from where it actually receives its raw materials. But the cost is a lot lower than actually having to buy a building closer to the raw materials. So these are all the things that one would need to weigh up when making the decision.